We're back here at the Hua Hin train station, and so the next leg of our trip will take us from here, from Hua Hin, down to Prachuap Khiri Khan. Prachuap Khiri Khan. I've actually been practicing that so I can get the pronunciation correct. And so, you know, because this is all new, right? So I go up, and I knew that this train, which is the 43, which takes us about 1 hour. Now, to give you an example of the difference in train, so the first train we took, which was, I can't remember exactly the number, I think it was like potentially the 261, they referred to it as the ordinary train. The only seats possible, the entire train was about 3, maybe 4, and actually it was like 4 or 5 cars. No air conditioning. And it took us actually less than half an hour to get down here. Each seat, it was only one stop, but it was about, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. 6 baht. Okay, so 20 cents. So this next trip is about an hour. We had the option for air conditioning or non-air conditioning. We got air conditioning. This is just a working, as you can see, crane of some kind, doing some work on the tracks, heading north up towards Cha Am, up towards Bangkok. So these tickets that we got, we have assigned seats, and we have an assigned car, and we have an air-conditioned car. And to give you an example of the price, these tickets are 363 baht each. So obviously I'll show you the inside of the car that we're in. So our first trip down here that took about a half an hour was 12 baht. Our next trip, which will take about 1 hour, is 706 baht. So obviously the comfort is going to be different. It's, an hour, right? So even like on the sort of hard plastic seats, it wouldn't have been that bad. I opted for air conditioning, but I have a feeling that once we get down there, I'm going to look back and say, well, that was not necessary, because instead of 6 baht, it's 706 baht. So that'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling that actually we're probably going to get too cold inside, but we have a scarf and a hat for my bald head, like a ski hat. So, anyway, it is about 11:17 right now. Our train is scheduled for 11:30 on the tickets. But I checked online, they actually do have a real-time website for the real time of the train. This train left Bangkok at about 8 this morning, and it was running late as it began. So right now it's scheduled to get here at about 11:43, I think. So it's about 10 to 15 minutes late, but no big deal. The signage, as you can see, is in Thai as well as English. The announcements, however, as you can hear, are only in Thai. I feel very safe, which is good. So anyway, we have about another 25 minutes to wait, and we'll get back to you once we get on the train. Talk to you soon. Ciao. Interesting little fact that on these tickets, I don't know if you can see it on there, but it doesn't really matter. My name is actually printed on both. Even though it's 2 tickets, he said, well, I need at least 1 passport. He didn't say it that way. He said, passport, one passport. And then I believe he either just typed my name in, which then printed on the tickets, or he put my passport number in the system. The ticket down from Cha Am, they did not ask for my passport, and they just basically gave us a ticket because we don't have assigned seats. You just get on. So maybe that's the reason. But I don't know. But it's, it's transportation, right? So you could argue, well, yeah, they want to keep track of where you are. So this is a total open area, and obviously you can see that there's seats down there. So I'm not quite sure whether the train will come down here and from out underneath the sort of shade of what's in here. But anyway, just wanted to mention that needed a passport for this, which were really pretty cool. So that says VIP up there. I'm not quite sure what that means, but But this is a much bigger station than Cha, so they obviously have more going on here. Hua Hin is a much larger community. So this is a bigger stop. And in fact, this train doesn't even stop at Cha. It stops at Phetchaburi, flies right past Cha, and then comes down here to Hua Hin. So what's pretty cool is right before the train comes, a guy comes out and he rings this bell. But what I want you to take note of is how shiny this is. Obviously, someone comes out here and takes really excellent care of this. That is fantastic. That is not something that you would see. That is just awesome. I'm a fan of that. So this came with our tickets. I don't know whether we had a choice to do this or not. The folks behind us got the same thing, and they also got on here too. So the air conditioning is kind of nice, but to be fair, the delta in price between here and non-air conditioning, I don't know. If we had to do it over again, I think we'd probably do the non-air conditioning because it's only an hour, and then no, I mean it'll start off slowly, so it won't be too bad. But I mean, I don't think I'm going to eat any of this. I'll drink the water, but the difference between, because if we had gotten the non-air conditioning, I think it would have been, what did I say, 19 baht?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's going north all the way to John. So had I gotten non-air conditioning, it would have been 19 baht versus 363 baht, which is pretty significant difference. But and the chairs aren't great; they're definitely warm. So I need elevated railway, or whether that's a road. And there they are again. Not really sure what's going on there, but I guess it's a little more comfortable. I mean, I don't really have, a whole lot more legroom, quite frankly, than I did the last time. Yeah, it's more comfortable. It's padded. It's not hard plastic, but the thing that's distracting me is the fact that we paid 363 baht. We could have paid 19. But it might be crowded. Who knows, right?
We got food.
And we got food. Yeah, we got food, which is pretty cool. Prachuap Khiri Khap. And there we go. So this is our next destination. Prachuap Khiri Khap. And there we go. So this is our next destination.